So good evening one and all. Today we are going to discuss 2's complement. Last class we discussed about 1's complement. 1's complement is replacing all the zeros by 1's and all 1's by zeros. So it is very easy. We discussed last class and some of the problems also we discussed in the last class. Now we are going to see 2's complement. So 2's complement equal to 1's complement plus 1. So 1's complement we know how to do it. So after getting the 1's complement value, add 1 to get 2's complement. So we'll see some of the problems based on this 2's complement method. So example problem number 1. Subtract 36 to the base 10 minus 22 to the base 10 using 2's complement. See, base 10 is given. So both are decimal numbers. Both are decimal numbers. But this subtraction we have to do, first we should convert the number whatever is given into binary form. Later we can do this subtraction by using 2's complement method. See, two cases are there as we discussed already in the 1's complement. The same way here we have two cases. See, case 1 is there are two numbers given. This is the first number n1 and this is second number n2. Right? Suppose if n1 is greater than n2, that is case 1 type. So that time what we have to do is n1 plus 2's complement of n2. Ignore the carry. Here coming to the case 2, n1 is smaller than n2. First one is same here what we already discussed, n1 plus 2's complement of n2. And second one is no carry generated. Here carry will generate, but we have to ignore it. Here carry will not be generated. See, according to the question, whatever here given 36 minus 22 means it is the case 1 type. So that is what given here. 36 is greater than 22, so it is a case 1 type. We know very well here carry will be generated, but that carry we have to ignore it. So we'll see how we are going to do this problem. So 36 to the base 10 minus 22 to the base 10. First we need to convert these decimal numbers into binary number. So we know how to convert decimal number into binary number. So dividing the given number by radix, right? So divided by 2. So until we'll get 1, we have to continue this division. So we got these values. So you should take from bottom to top. So value is 100, 100. Then here 22 also in the same way. If you divide by 2, you will get the values and you should take from bottom to top. So you got the binary value 10110. So this is the binary equivalent for 36 and this is the binary equivalent for 22. So here I took the binary equivalent values 100, 100. And 10110 only we got, but if you see the number of digits in both the numbers, see here it has 6 digits, but here it has only 5 digits. So what we have to do? Add 10, then both the numbers having now 6 digits, right? So first you apply the 1's complement. 1's complement you will get 10101. So 1's complement value. Actually we need to get the 2's complement value, right? So according to the procedure it is given 2's complement of n2 we need to calculate. So 1's complement already it is there. So 2's complement value we got. So add this 2's complement value with the first number 100, 100, right? So you will get, see here addition I have given here. So 100, 100, 1010. If you add, you will get this value and carry will be generated. That carry we have to ignore it. Finally, answer is 001110. And the 00 we can remove it. Finally, we can write 1110 is the answer. So we'll see hope you understand how we get the answer. We'll see second problem. See, the main difference is 1's complement based problem means you need to calculate 1's complement of the second number. Here 2's complement means we need to calculate 2's complement of the second number. That's it. So we'll see the second problem. Subtract B2 minus A7. using 2's complement method. So here B2 A7 is given, B2 minus A7. So from this we understand that this is a hexadecimal number. So it is a case 1 type. How we are telling means B is greater than A. Take the first digit of the number. Here B is given, here A is given. B is greater than A. A means 10, B means 11, right? Suppose both the digits are same, then you have to see the second digits. If both A means you have to see the second digits, then you can understand which one is a larger number. So here B2 is a larger number. So B2 minus A7. So we can easily convert this hexadecimal into binary by using 8421 method. So B means 1011, 2 means 0010. For A it is 1010. For 7 it is 0111. Right? So we'll see. See, this is what the binary equivalent of B2, this is what the binary equivalent of A7. So 1's complement we can easily get. You can get the 1's complement value by replacing all the 1's by 0 and 0's by 1. So 0, see 10, 100, 111 is the binary equivalent of A7, and 1's complement value is 0, 10, 11, 000, and add 1 to get 2's complement value. So we got 0, 10, 11, 001. So add this value with this, then you got 00, 00, 10, 11. See here addition is given. If you add this, 01 means 1, 10 means 1, 00 means 0, 01 is 1, 11 means 10, put 0 here, and the remainder is 1 here. Again 1 plus 1 means 0, and here remainder is 1. Again 1 plus 1 is 0 here, remainder will be 1. Right? So 0, 0. So carry will be generated. That carry we have to ignore it because it is a case 1 type. So final answer is 00, 00, 10, 11, or otherwise we can write it as 1011 is the final answer. Hope you understand how to do. See the next problem, they have given the octal number. Subtract 13 to the base 8 minus 51 to the base 8 using 2's complement method. See both numbers are octal numbers. So previously we saw the hexadecimal, now octal is given. So first we have to find which type of problem is this, case 1 or case 2, that we have to find. It is case 2 type because 13 is smaller than 51. 13 is smaller than 51. So no carry will be generated. So we'll see 13 minus 51, it is given. So you can convert this octal number into binary by using 4 to 1 method. Directly we can convert it. 1 means 001, 3 means 011, 5 means 101, 1 means again 001. So we got the binary equivalent value 001011 is the binary equivalent of 13, and 101001 is the binary equivalent of 51. Now I have a binary values, and this is the second number. So we need to calculate 2's complement of this number. 2's complement of this number. So first we'll calculate 1's complement value 010110 and add 1. Then you will get 010111. This is the 2's complement value. Right? Add this 2's complement value with the first number. So we'll see that addition I have given here 001011 plus 01011. So 1 plus 1 means 0, remainder 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 means 1, remainder 1. 1 plus 1 means 0, remainder 1. Again it is 0, remainder 1. Again 0, remainder 1. Again 1. So So you got 1,000,010. 1,000,10 we got, right? So we need to 1,000,010. This is what the answer we got. So we need to take a 2's complement of this number. So 2's complement of this number is 0,11,110 and put minus here. This is the final answer. Remember, final answer I have written here. Just see 2's complement of 1,000,010. That is 0,11,110. Put minus here. See 2's complement how to calculate we know already. See here already we discussed how to calculate 2's complement value. In the same way you just do it, you will get this answer. So we'll move on to some of the problems for your practice. Here I have given these problems, just practice it. If you have any doubt, kindly ask me. So I just hold for a minute, you just take down this problem and practice it. These problems are based on 2's complement and 1's complement. Right, almost all are 2's complement. Here 2's complement is given, just practice it if you have any doubt. And the new one is here fraction values is given in the second problem. Like this problem we have not discussed, just try it on your own. If you have any doubt, kindly ask me. So we'll move on to the min terms. So min terms means sum of product terms, that is SOP. So min terms means you should remember that whenever 0 comes, it is primed. 1 means unprimed. Remember this. And remember this symbol also. Summation, whenever summation comes, it is SOP, means sum of product. And small m indicates that min terms. Small m indicates that it is min terms. Small m indicate it is min term. And summation indicate that it is a sum of min term, right? See here the terms are in addition. That's why sum of terms, product terms. These are product terms, or we can say min terms. So 0 means M0, 1 means M1, 3 means M3. So we'll see the notations and how we define the min terms for the 3 variables. Suppose here I have taken 3 variable. 3 variable means totally 8 combinations will come. Start from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. See, already I told you, here I told you 0 means primed, 1 means unprimed. So here 0 is there, no? You put primed. Primed means bar. A bar, B bar, C bar. And all the terms, all the variables should be in multiplication. Right? Min terms means it will be in multiplication. Max terms means it will be in addition. So 0, 0, 0 means A bar, B bar, C bar. 0, 0, 1 means A bar, B bar, C. See, wherever 1 is there, that is unprimed. Wherever 0 is there, that is primed. So like that, we got this 8 values, and corresponding notations are M0, M1, M2, M3 up to M7. Small m indicates that it is min terms. So we'll move on to the general form of SOP. See, I have given, suppose if the expression is like this, means then this expression is min term based. These are min terms. See here, this is unprimed, this is primed, this is primed. Sorry, unprimed, right? Which means 1, 0, 1. This is 1, 0, 1. 1, 0, 1 means 5, M5. And this is 0, 0, 1. That means M1. This is 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 0 means M6. This is 0, 0, 0, M0. So these are the min terms. 4 min terms are in addition, right? This is SOP form. Some example I have given. Here one example I have given, right? So we'll move on to the max terms. Max term is opposite to min term. 0 means unprimed, 1 means primed. So it should be in product. Just see here, it is in product. Max term means it is in multiplication, and min terms means it is in addition. and this symbol indicates that it is a max terms. This indicates that product, and this indicates that max term. Capital M means max term, small m means min term. So capital M1, M1, M5, M5, M7, M7. So we'll see the notations and we'll see the terms, max terms for 3 variables. So 3 variables means totally 8 combinations will come, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. So all the variables will be in addition here. Here the variables are in multiplication. Remember, right? So A plus B plus C. So 0 means unprimed. That's why we are taking actual values. And 0, 0, 1 means A plus B plus C bar. So in the same way, we got all the 8 values. Corresponding notations, capital M, remember capital M0, M1, M2 up to M7. So we'll see the general POS form. A plus B bar plus C, A bar plus B bar plus C, all are in multiplication. Remember, all are in here multiplication. And this means this is unprimed, right? Unprimed means 1, right? Sorry, unprimed means 0, right? So 0, 1, 0. See here, 0, 1, 0 means A plus B bar plus C. That is M2. Right? Like that. This is 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 0 means M6. And this is 0, 0, 1, which means M1. And this is 0, 0, 0. Sorry, 1, 1, 1, which means this is M7. So we'll see the min term and max term based problems and implementation by using basic gates. See, this is what the problem given. Function of a, b, c, which is equal to summation of 2, 3, 6, 7. So summation, if it is given, this is a SOP expression, and this is min terms, right? So we have to write the expression and we have to simplify the expression. Finally, we should implement by using the basic gates. This is what we have to do here. So we'll see the solution for this problem. So question is here, the function given is f of a, b, c. See, a, b, c, 3 variable given, right? Which means this is a 3 variable expression, right? And summation of 2, 3, 6, 7. So, right, this is min term. So, small m, m2 plus m3 plus m6 plus m7. So, m2 we know from this tabular you can get the values. M2 means a bar, b, c bar. So, like that we will get the remaining. For these 4 min term values, a bar b plus a bar b c bar plus a bar b c plus a b c bar plus a b c. And here, from here you can take it a bar b, then this c bar plus c is 1, and here a b you take it out and this become 1. So finally we got, after simplification, you got b, and this b we are going to implement by using basic gates. Basic gates means and or not, right? Using AND gate we'll see. So only one AND gate, and b we have to give it. Generally AND gate means 2 input, so 2 times I am giving the same input. So b dot b equal to b. So we already know here b dot b, a dot a equal to a. So b dot b equal to b. And OR gate, give b plus b plus b equal to b. From this identity we will get a plus a equal to a, right? Then using NOT gate, so if I use NOT gate twice, then you will get b double bar. B double bar means b, right? So 3 gates, if I use, how I will, by using 3 gates, how we are getting b, that I explained here. We'll move on to the next problem. So minimize f of a comma b comma c. This is what given, summation of 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3. The same problem, but here the 4 values are different. Previously it is 2 comma 3 comma 6 comma 7, but now it is 0 comma 1 comma 3 comma 7. So write this value, and this is the expression we got, and simplify it. Finally the expression after simplified is a bar b bar plus bc. Alright, and we are going to implement by using basic gates. Basic gates means and or not, we know. So by using that, how we got this a bar b bar plus bc. So we'll see a bar, I'm using here NOT gate, and here also one NOT gate. I got a bar, here b bar, one AND gate to get a bar dot b bar, and here bc, one AND gate, we got bc. Then finally add, for addition I'm using OR gate, I got the final expression. We'll see the product of some basic problem. Simplify the Boolean function, implement by using basic gates. See here, from this symbol we understand that this is the POS form, right? And capital M indicates that it is a max term, right? So this is what the expression given, and from this we understand that there are 3 variables. So 3 variable expression we need to write, and m of 0 comma 4 it is given. So m0 dot m4. See dot, remember previously it is in, see here previously it is in addition. See here it is in addition because summation is given, and here it is in multiplication because of this symbol product, right? So m0 means we know from the tabular we can get this value a plus b plus c. M4 means a bar plus b plus c. So simplify this by using, actually here I used distributive law. Using distributive law we got this one, distributive law. See, I will show you the distributive law is given here. So from this we can get this value b plus c. So this b plus c I want to implement by using logic gates, by using basic gates. Basic gates means and or not. See here both variable are in addition. For addition, OR gate is the appropriate gate, so I am using OR gate. Then I got b plus c.